Wally got his start teaching media literacy in the early 1900s. In 1993, Wally started imagining the idea of a free network that would serve his rural community a year when the World Wide Web was still in its infancy. When he helped found Maine, the Mountain Area Information Network, in 1996, most of his neighbors in western North Carolina had to dial long distance to access the internet. Maine provided local dial-up internet access and provided the first public interest access to libraries in 12 mountain counties in the state. Wally likened the network to a quilting bee in which resources and costs are shared to create a value-added community asset that no single organization or institution could fund alone. Alongside the earliest days of eBay and Craigslist, and well into and before Etsy, Wally created the Blue Ridge Web Market, for which small businesses in western North Carolina could sell their products with the World Wide Web. In 2000, when the FCC created the low-power radio service, Wally in Maine built a low-power FM station, fulfilling a dream to become a content creator. 2 years later, recognizing that his neighbors were hungry for more locally generated contact, Wally pushed the government to negotiate for local public access channels with their cable provider. By 2003, Maine was offering wireless broadband service to 4 North Carolina counties. And when the Broadband Opportunities Technology Program was created as part of the federal stimulus program in 2009, Wally literally wrote the book on local internet access. His local network cookbook envisioned a Jeffersonian internet where civil liberties and quality journalism were valued over traditional Wall Street business models. Wally developed a model that generated revenue and provided a valuable service, while creating the opportunity for unique content to be created and local voices to be heard. In doing so, he inspired media activists all around the country. Sadly, 5 years ago, Wally was diagnosed with ALS. He continues to provide leadership, sharing thoughtful commentary, and his vision for communities like his own. I understand he is joining us today through the wonderful and creative technology that he's so thoughtfully shared. We also pleased that Monroe Gilmore, coordinator of the Western North Carolina Citizens Ending Institutional Bigotry, and Wally's longtime friend and neighbor, to be with us today to accept the award on his behalf. Monroe?
Good morning, and thank you. It really gives me a great deal of pleasure, knowing Wally as I do, to receive the Donald H. McGannon Award on his behalf. Earl, you really beautifully summed up the impact of Wally's life on western North Carolina and really throughout the country. I just wish he were here standing with me so you could feel and experience his room-filling energy and spirit. But I did bring him with me. As Earl noted, Wally has been living, and I would add, living vibrantly with ALS for 5 years. He explained to me the progression of the disease and what would go last. And 9 months later, he and Carla had the love of their life, little June Claire, that you can see here. Wally now can move nothing. And he types some words for me to share with you with his eyes, using an amazing laser generated machine, and I'd like to share those with you from Wally. I'm so honored to receive this award for the United Church of Christ, a faith community I have long admired for its commitment to social justice and for its pioneering work in the field of media reform. I am especially grateful that the Donald H. McDaniel Award, for the first time, is recognizing rural folk who, as a class of people, underrepresented in mainstream media. This award also has special meaning for me because my work has been supported and inspired by my own faith community, Jubilee, in Asheville, North Carolina. One of the inspirational lessons from Jubilee I have carried with me for 25 years is this guidance on finding your true calling from the theologian Frederick Buechner. Your true vocation is found in that place where your deep gladness meets the world's deep hunger. It has been my good fortune to have found that place of true vocation in my work through the Mountain Area Information Network these past 20 years. On behalf of the rural citizens for whom we advocated, thank you again for this award affirming this work. Thank you.